Welcome to Found on TikTok. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Found on TikTok is a music podcast where I bring music topics, usually from TikTok, sometimes other places. I bring it to you and I have a discussion with you. Sometimes there's guests, sometimes it's just me. Now, in this episode, I'm going to talk about June being Black Music Month, and I'm also going to talk about the Black Music Month Challenge. Without further ado, let's get it, shawty. For those who don't know, June is Black Music Month. This is something I didn't know until, I think when Obama was the president is when I found out. It's funny that the Black president is the one that brings attention to it, but that's when I found out about Black Music Month. It is June. June is Black Music Month. It was established by Jimmy Carter in 1979. It basically recognized that, like, the influence that Black musicians, Black people have on music throughout the whole world, in the USA, everywhere, and it got an official month as June being that month. And with that, there has been this page on Instagram, the Music Sermon. It's ran by Naeem. I know her as Naima. Because, like, I always see her name. I don't even know what her last name is because I just know her. When somebody says Naima, I immediately know it's her. But, like, she curated this page. It's called the Music Sermon. This page is, like, one of the best pages on Instagram, too. And let me tell you, like, it has, like, Black history, Black excellence. Like, it's like an encyclopedia of, like, Blackness. And I personally think the page is dope. I don't even be on Instagram that often, but I make sure to go to that page to see what's going on with that. It's a great way to, like, if you, like, want to see Blackness and, like, Black stuff, go to that page. She did a phenomenal job with that page. But with that page, there's a challenge that comes every June where I think it's called the Black Music Challenge. I'm doing it this year. I wanted to do it last year, but I honestly forgot. So basically, each day has a prompt. It'll be like the blackest song, all right, day 18 or whatever. And you have to pick the song that matches that. And I think that is one of the dopest things. I think all of her challenges are good, to be honest. But I love this challenge. I'm making a playlist for it. It's going to be on Spotify and Apple Music. Each day I'm putting the songs, or sometimes it's more than one song, on there that fits the prompt. I think it's dope. But with this podcast, I wanted to pick 3 prompts that I like, and, like, just give my opinions on the song. I also want to talk about the importance of the Black Music Month in the challenge. But I picked 3 prompts. I'm going to tell you which songs I picked for why I picked those and all that. So stay tuned. Stop counting cash, don't you forget. Nothing's forever, one day you're dead. Also, before we get into the prompts, I am filming on my computer because my phone is dead. I didn't charge it last night. I thought it was on the charger. It is dead. Therefore, I need to film on my computer because I ain't got all day to be waiting. And life goes on. We gotta do stuff. We gotta keep it moving. But the first prompt that got my attention, I picked 3 that I like the most. I think all of them are great. But I picked 3 that I like the most. So the first one is live version of a song. That was day 6. Immediately, the song that came to my mind was Song Cry by Jay-Z, from his Unplugged. I have that album on CD. Like, I think that is a great live performance. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z too, but, like, I like the live version of Song Cry that's more than I like the studio version. Like, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's Jaguar Wright who's singing on there. Like, I think it just sounds better live. Like, you can see the interaction with the crowd. You can see all that type of stuff. I think it's great. You know what I'm saying? Again, I am also a big Jay-Z fan. So I am a little biased when it comes to, like, his music. but I think that live version of Song Cry is dope as hell. It immediately came to my mind when I heard it. Like when I seen the prompt, so I immediately was like, oh, Song Cry, Jay-Z. Another song that came to my mind was Bittersweet by Leanne LaHave.
Bittersweet summer rain, I'm born again. All my broken pieces. Bittersweet summer rain, I'm born again. Oh, no more hanging around.
I'm sure I messed up her name. Bittersweet by her live. That's actually the first version of the song that I heard. I heard it live, and I was like, oh my gosh, the vocals that she has on that song, they had no business being that good. No business being that good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's phenomenal. That album, her self-titled album, is phenomenal. But Bittersweet, she was piping them vocals, just showcasing them vocals, and I became a fan immediately off of that one performance. Another live version of a song, I didn't put it on my playlist, but it's obviously a classic. Tyrone, Erykah Badu. I just saw Erykah Badu like literally like not too long ago, in San Diego, and she ended with Tyrone. It was a funny performance. So I wish I was recording, because like people were leaving, and then she stopped the music. She was like, "Where the fuck y'all going?" To the people who were like trying to leave early, and it was just funny. I wish I would have recorded it. I'm gonna see if I can find it on the internet and plug it in here if I can. But Tyrone, Erykah Badu. I don't even know if there's like a regular version of the song, because I've only heard live versions of the song. But in the last one, The Roots, You Got Me, the Jill Scott version, I don't even know why she wasn't on the original version of the song. I get Erykah Badu. I mean, she's great. But it just sounded so much better with Jill Scott. It sounded so much better. Maybe because Jill Scott is like a powerful voice, a wonderful performer. That might be why. But I enjoyed this version way more. Way more. You Got Me is one of my favorite songs by The Roots. It's one of their best songs. It's a phenomenal song, but that live performance is just great. It's just great. But another prompt that I liked is Song Not About What You Thought It Was. Now, I like this prompt for a lot of reasons. Because, one, there are songs that I didn't know they were about what they were about. Even to this day, I found out literally like because of this challenge. But songs that I thought immediately, the first one was Tweet, Oops, Oh My, right? I used to think that song, mind you, I was like 11 when that song came out. So forgive me, but I thought that song was about a tired woman. Like she just had a long day of like work. That's what I used to think the song was about. I used to think, oh man, it's just about a woman who's tired. And then as I got older, I obviously was like, she masturbated. She's masturbating. That song is about masturbation. I don't care what Missy Elliott says. That song is about masturbation. And I was like so surprised when I like came to that realization. I think I was like in high school when I came to the realization. Cause like I think it was like somebody was playing it, and I was like, she's talking about masturbating. Yeah. So Oops, Oh My. Another song that I thought about is obviously like Whitney Houston's Saving All My Love. Now this song, the reason why I was confused about the meaning, it's not because the lyrics are hiding it. It's because the way that like the black women in my life have sang this song, I thought it was a love song. I thought like it was about a lovely romantic relationship, like a lovely partnership. Really, it's a side chick anthem. But like the way that like this song has just been in my life my whole life, I thought it was just like, oh, this is like the love song of love songs, but really it's the side chick anthem of side chick anthems. Like she is side chick in that song. We act like she ain't. 112 Peaches and Cream. Again, I was super young when that song came out. So I'm thinking it's about peaches and cream. I was like, ooh, that might be, that's like, I thought it was an ice cream flavor. And I was like, that sounds fire. Peaches and cream. Who knew they were talking about nasty stuff? The thing is, too, these artists were so creative with, like, how they put this stuff in songs. I had no business singing that. I had no business singing that. But it was so catchy. So catchy. It was everywhere. It was literally everywhere. Music Soul Child Love is another one. Now I saw an interview where basically I guess the song was supposed to be God. It's supposed to be like a religious song, and it makes sense. The label didn't want it to be God, so love is in place of God. But when you look at the lyrics of the song, it makes sense that it was supposed to be God and not about a lovely romantic relationship. That one's one I found out. I found out in 2020. I'm not even gonna act like it was like I've known about this for a while. I found out during the pandemic. I was like had nothing to do but like watch a lot of music videos, a lot of interviews, a lot of stuff like that. And that's when I found out about that. Had no idea. So yeah, those are some songs that I didn't know what they were about, and they definitely surprised me. Now, while looking up for this prompt, I was on the Instagram and I was just reading through comments for hours, for like a couple hours, right? And I was like, what songs do other people like? You know, I just wanted to know what songs did they not know what it was about. I was also trying to learn, like, maybe I'm, like, some songs I didn't know they were about certain things. One that came up was Childish Gambino, Feels Like Summer, is about global warming. The music video, I guess, kind of alludes to that, too. And I just never really put two and two together. Obviously, Outkast, Hey Ya. I think that one was a pretty obvious one. Piece of My Love by Guy. I guess I just always knew it was like about you being a side piece, but I guess it wasn't common knowledge like that. But I always thought that was about being the side piece. Piece of My Love. Like you can have a piece, not the whole thing. Like usually like those songs back in like the 80s and 90s, like the love song, they're always like, you can have all of my love, all of my heart. And he said, you can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you. Like, not, you can't get it all. You can't have all of me because I'm not totally free. Come on. Like, I thought it was obvious. A song that I recently, that I didn't know, Before I Let Go, is about a relationship ending. We played it so much at barbecues and stuff like that. You would have thought it was about something else. But it's about a relationship ending. That's what it's about. Like, and I was like sitting on the couch with my girlfriend and we were like going through the lyrics and I'm like, that is a breakup song. And you know, and like, I guess because I listened to the Beyonce version so much, she changes the opening lyrics of the song. And that's why it's like confusing the people. But it's definitely a breakup. So I actually want to know, like, anybody who watches this, if y'all actually make it this far, what songs weren't about what you thought it was? Like, comment below. Let me know. And the last prompt is covers, or it's You'll Die on the Hill that this cover is better than the original. The obvious one is I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Obviously, you know. Shout out to Dolly Parton, you know what I'm saying? Like, she never did wrong by me, never did wrong against black people. Actually a great activist for us. But I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. You couldn't tell me that wasn't the original song. You couldn't tell me because she bodied that. that is the definition of like taking somebody else's song, jacking for beats, as we like to say. She covered that song and it's her song. You know what I'm saying? Dolly was surprised about how goddamn good that song was. The Fugees' Killing Me Softly. I like Roberta Flack's version. I think they're both great, both classic songs. But like what the Fugees did with Killing Me Softly, they give it more of an up-tempo, a modernized, and I like it. I like it more than I like the original. Like for the original one, it's so slow. I have to be in a certain mood for that one. For the newer one, I can listen to that no matter what I'm doing. And it's like, I don't know. I think the beat change and the tempo is definitely what the song needed, and then it's more modernized, and that's why I think it's better than the original. I can go to war arguing on that one, like, you know, especially with them old heads. I don't want to say old heads, because they really like the elders. I say they will argue you down. They will argue you down. And then the last one is '03 Bonnie and Clyde, by Jay-Z, featuring Beyonce. I think it's better than Me and My Girlfriend by Tupac. I just think it's a better song. I don't really have much to add. I just think it's a better song. I think Jay-Z, having Beyonce on the song makes it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tupac's song, I honestly rarely listen to the Tupac song. I skipped it a lot. Like, I thought it was solid, but it wasn't something that, like, I'm gonna turn up to. It wasn't something I'm gonna be sitting there in my bedroom listening to by myself. Like, it wasn't one of those songs. But the Jay-Z '03 Bonnie and Clyde, I listened to that song all the goddamn time when that came out. When that came out, I listened to it all the time. Like, the music video was on all the time too. On 106 in Park all the goddamn time. So I heard it a lot. But yeah, man, those are the prompts that I like. I think the challenge is dope as hell. But I'm going to come back. I'm going to take a break. And I'm going to let y'all know why I believe Black Music Month is important. And also why this challenge, why the Music Month Challenge, the Black Music Month Challenge is important as well. Stay tuned.
Stop counting cash, don't you forget. Nothing's forever, one day you're dead.
Why I think Black Music Month is important is because black musicians don't really get the credit that I think they deserve. Like, black musicians started everything. Like jazz, blues, soul, rock, country, hip hop, folk, funk. Like, you name the genre, you name it, black people started it. Black people influenced the world. Like, people always talk about, oh, like the Beatles and blah, blah, blah. But people don't talk about the Isley Brothers enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't talk about Earth, Wind, and Fire enough. You know, like, they don't talk about these groups. And there's always constantly, like, I'm always discovering something new. Every time this month comes around, I discover something new. It's also a great chance of like building community, and like, I love my community. I love the black community more than anything, and this is like a great opportunity for us just to get together. Like, we just need an excuse to turn up, to party, to mingle. Like, this month matters so much, you know. Black music too, like, to give the spotlight on black musicians, especially the older ones. I think it's great. Like, there's groups that, like, I didn't even know who they were because, like, they had, like, hit records, but, like, their records were taken and given to white artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know about a lot of the stuff. I didn't know about a lot of the groups. And I just think the month is important because we give the spotlight to them. We give them people who deserve it, you know what I'm saying? Get the credit that they deserve. And it's a great way to look back on history to see how far we came, where we came from. And I just love it. I think it's beautiful. Now, the challenge, which is created by Naima, I'm going to find out her last name. because like I think she is one of the most important persons on Instagram, and when it comes to the culture of like giving a spotlight, elevating it, coming up with these challenges. I think the challenge is dope because you see the community. Like, you see the community building over it. You see, like, the community talking and engaging. It ain't negative. It's all positive, you know what I'm saying? Like, people having fun discussions and talking about stuff. I think that's dope as hell. I think the challenge, it opened my eyes to, like, oh, yeah, stuff that I didn't even know. Like, I learned a lot from it. I just think it's dope. I think it's a great way to build community. I think it's a great thing, and I'm glad she does it. I know people annoy her every year with this challenge because it's got to be hard as hell to come up with questions every year, but I'm glad she continued to do it. And she's doing it basically for the free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she's getting paid, but like, or sponsored or whatever, but like, I ain't paying nothing to do it. Like, I don't pay anything. The questions are free. And she posts it every day, and I think it's dope as hell. I think the challenge is dope. Shout out to her. Follow the Music Sermon page. Follow her page. I think it's Naima Graham. Follow that. And with this has been found on TikTok. I've been your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. All that stuff that YouTubers tell you. You can find the podcast wherever you find podcasts. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.